God love Hello, listening audience. It's good to be back with you today. Here in Tucson, it's sunny and bright and warm. And all of you back east are suffering from the snow.
I miss the snow.
Yeah, we miss it too, but here we are. Don't forget, if you want to press the button at the end so that you can get all the YouTubes as they come out. Last week I did a YouTube, and I was railing against everything that's wrong in our world, in our society. And today I guess I got to continue that. After listening to our politicians talking about late-term abortions, third trimester abortions, or even bringing a baby to term and making the baby comfortable and then deciding whether you want to keep the baby or not.
Infanticide, that talking about.
Infanticide. What in the heck? We are on the precipice of total self-destruction. You know, we have a museum in Washington, the Holocaust Museum, and rightly so. We need to do a new museum, another Holocaust museum. In the last 10 years, each year there's 400,000 abortions, and multiply that by 10 times, and you've got 4 million children that have been killed. There's no moral justification whatsoever. And I don't understand why all of a sudden these politicians are taking on this subject. I don't think Americans are all for this nonsense. I mean, for heaven's sakes, you bring a baby to term and kill it?
I believe they just haul abortion off out of the chest every time they want to avoid what's going on. I believe because abortion is a fire starter, and it polarizes people right away, and it gets people talking about something that that they're morally indignant about on both sides, and it's a distraction. They bring it out as a distraction. Not that I give my assent in any way to what the politicians are saying about third trimester abortions and infanticide, but I believe that it's something that's hauled out to avoid looking at what's really going on.
I don't know what the governor of Virginia says. He makes no apology for what he had to say. He's not even running for anything. He just came out and spoke about trimester abortion. You know what's so funny? The wall is immoral, but abortions are not.
It would be interesting to know what percentage of the country agrees with that. I don't know that we would ever have a way of knowing or finding out, but it would be interesting to see what percentage of the country agrees with that whole premise.
What premise?
With the premise of third trimester abortions and infanticide.
I just somehow, it's beyond me to contemplate that good Christian America. Oh, Como, the other one, Como, a good Catholic. They're
What
trying.
did Cuomo say?
Oh, he's for. They just passed an abortion law in New York State, and everybody was celebrating about the late-term abortions in New York City.
It's scary.
That's the governor of New York. Celebrating. What happened if his mother aborted him?
He wouldn't be celebrating.
I guess he wouldn't be celebrating, would he?
Well, you're very fired up about it, and I can understand that. And I think that the rest of the country is going to be fired up on one side or the other in the same way that you are, which is why I harken back to my original thought that abortion is something that they pull out every once in a while to distract from other issues.
What would they be distracting in New York and Virginia? The two governors are not running for anything. They just came out in favor of this, and they're making it a celebratory event.
No, but it's national. It's national news, and it takes away from what's going on nationally, and with all of the hubbub about the president and this commission and that commission and this liar and that liar, and it takes the focus off that for a while.
If anyone were to say that this is a Christian nation, I would have to argue with them. Because in Canada too.
But it is a Christian nation. We don't know what the statistics are, who agrees with and who disagrees with that.
I mean, the Prime Minister of Canada, a Catholic, a vehement proponent for abortions, very pro-abortion. The woman has to have the right to do with her body as she pleases.
He has a very strong wife.
I just don't understand it. I don't know where the heck they got this vehemence from. I tell you, it's a sad day in this country. But that's all that the news has to talk about. And this is what our politicians are proposing on their platforms.
Abortion is always news. Abortion and gun control are always news.
In fact, the Liberal Party platform, in order for the Liberal Party to join the Liberal Party as a politician, you have to sign and commit yourself to abortion. I just think it's awful. It's sinful. It's evil. Evil has permeated our world.
It's not even a slippery slope anymore. It's the slope. We're on it. We're sliding down it. It's not that we're heading for a slippery slope. We're hiding down it. Next is euthanasia.
Well, you have it in Canada, euthanasia. I mean, they tell you in the hospitals to stop using extraordinary means. You know, it could have happened to you and me when I was undergoing my crisis. If it wasn't for who we know and so forth, they would have not used extraordinary means to keep me alive. No way. And
I wouldn't let him. I wouldn't let him pull.
And they would draw support where they could really keep somebody alive. There's no thought to the quality of life, no thought to the sanctity of life, no thought at all about, do they ever have any term of reference where God is concerned? God is a divine creative being, and we take his creative being and destroy it.
So besides railing against it, what can we do? what can we do to make our feelings known besides railing against it on YouTube?
I think that anybody who's listening to this or watching this YouTube, you should write your politicians and tell them how you feel. Don't be silent. Write, call, speak. Even in your church circles. Have discussions with your kids. Because they're very aware at an early age today. Let them know that abortion is a sinful act. And it's an act against God's creation. He who creates, us who destroys. God help us. Pray in the name of the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit. Amen. I don't know what else to say. It's a very horrible moment in our history.